Are you looking to become an expat and you're thinking about relocating to Africa? Well, make sure you watch this video. I'm going to give you 3 reasons that I love living in Zambia. Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me as I've been going across the world. I started my journey almost 9 years ago in Panama, and now I am in Zambia in the southern region of Africa, Lusaka, Zambia to be exact. And I have permanent residence here, and I want to share with you 3 of the things that I love about Zambia. So let's go ahead and kick it into the video. So the first thing that I love about Zambia is the cost of living. Now, if you're coming from the United States, Canada, UK, or even parts of Mexico, believe it or not, cost of living is getting out of hand. It is expensive. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what I mean by cost of living. It's going to look a little different, but you're going to start being like, oh, I can get that for that price. And so what I mean by cost of living, one, for a house. I'm living in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's a semi-detached flat. We're just on the ground level. It's a compound with 4 houses total, and got a security gate, everything. I pay 5,000 kwacha a month, which with the current exchange rate, roughly about 190 US dollars. Now for me, this is my 4th country that I've been living in over the 9 years. This is so far has been the most affordable for the places I live. Now I'm talking about Panama, Medellin, Colombia, South Africa, and here. And so paying about 190 US dollars a month. And for electricity, I think I topped up 300 kwacha this month. That's roughly about $17 to $18 a month that I pay in electricity. And water, the landlords, they pay that. So cost of living from just that part alone is very affordable. And you can even go bigger. I was looking at a 3 or 4 bedroom house with a swimming pool, and it was going to cost me about 12,000 kwacha a month, which was roughly, I believe it was about 500 US dollars, give or take what the exchange rate is. The only reason I didn't go that big, it was just too much space for me. Even with this 2-bedroom, I haven't even finished my office yet. That's why you keep seeing me do videos right here on my couch. I just haven't even put in the effort into finishing up my office yet, because really don't need that much space, to be honest with you. Second part of cost of living now, eating out here is actually expensive. So eating takeaway and things like that is costly. But what's funny about here is having a private chef is affordable. So for my private chef, she comes 3 times a week. I do provide all the groceries, or I just give her the money to go grocery shopping for me. And I pay 4,000 kwacha a month. I say roughly, I do pay transportation also, just to make sure she's not worried about that. So I pay about 5,000 kwacha a month. That's another 190 US dollars, which is hands down affordable. I think the only place that was closely to this level of having a chef, but no, it still wasn't even having a chef. In Medellin, I had food delivered from a restaurant, and it was about 200 US dollars a person. And it was coming 3 times a week. And then on the weekends, I just figure it out for myself. I think I was paying more for my private chef that I had for a short term in Medellin when it was during the pandemic. And so that is very, very affordable. When I was looking for a private chef while I was still in the US, I believe the cheapest I was seeing at that time, and that was before 2015 in Dallas, Texas, it was about 1,500 US dollars. And so you do the math on that. Like, I get home cooked meals. So like today I have beans, rice. She made some oyster mushrooms for me, like some Manchurian oyster mushrooms, and some lemon biscuits for me, which was delicious. It's enough food that'll probably last me till Saturday, to be honest, but she'll be back Friday and make some more that'll last me over the weekend. So that is very, very affordable. And I throw all of that under the cost of living. So let's say just total right there for $380, that is covering my rent for the month, and that is covering my food for the month. And that's if I don't eat out. I actually don't eat out that much. If you saw my video about the 3 things I don't like about Lusaka, It's not that big of a vegan friendly place, which actually is a great thing. And I'm going to share that with you in the next number 2 when I go off. Also, with cost of living, having a cleaner. I have a cleaner that comes twice a week for the month. Twice a week. He comes twice a week to clean, and I have him come on a Monday and a Friday. And so that way, it's just me. I'm like, I have, like, right now my coffee table's cluttered because I've been doing some work and just kind of relaxing and getting over a stomach flu. But other than that, I don't make that big of a mess. I don't have kids running around, not that many people in and out of my house. So I don't need someone cleaning every day. And so I pay him, I believe, let me see, I pay 130 kwacha on Monday and 130 on, so 260 kwacha a week, which is roughly $10. So that's about $30 to $40 a month. So right there, 380 plus another 40, that's 420 bucks, man. 420 bucks. My house is clean. I have food for the month, and my bills are paid for the month. And not including electricity. Electricity, another 300 kwacha. So that's $437 for the month, just on that alone. You can't beat that, man. I'm telling you right now. Anybody in the U.S., let me know in the comments, how would you like to know that majority of your bills could be taken care of with just $430 a month? Now, where I do go a little bit more expensive is on car service, which is called Yango here. They don't have Uber. Because of where I live, things I need to go to, whether it's in town and stuff like that, it is a little bit more expensive. And so I'll usually budget about $200 on that. So I'm still at about $637 for the month. And that's getting back and forth. And I pay 800 kwacha a month for gym membership, which is, I believe that's about $30. So we're looking at probably about a total of $667 for the month. That's my rough budget. That's not going out, going on dates, or just doing things and going to different places. Now, one of the things that I will end up doing eventually, because it is more affordable here, I will end up getting a car here eventually. But I'm going to wait and do that next year. Still kind of relaxing because I'm probably going to be moving to the Copper Belt next year. And so when I do that, I want to just drive out there and have my car and everything. And then that way, while I'm buying land in different areas, I'll be able to go see my different farms that I'm setting up. So that is about the cost of living. Let me know what you think about the cost of living and what you like to be able to live on roughly that amount or double that amount. Now, remember, and this goes for any country you live in, you can go cheaper, you can go more expensive. It just depends on what are the things that you need in life, what makes you more comfortable and feel secure. So for me, the place I'm in a very safe neighborhood. There's no noise, no issues. You don't have a lot of people partying and stuff. So it really suits what I do. And like you can see as I'm doing these videos, you don't hear anybody around me and people are in their house and just relaxing. And so the second thing that I love about Lusaka is the business opportunities. Now, this is one where I'm going to tell you, like, if you're planning on relocating to Africa, it's going to be best if you're coming with the entrepreneurial spirit. If you want to start in some businesses, start finding ways to make cash flow. Africa is not a third world continent. I'm sorry. There's first, second, and third world throughout every part of the world that you live in. Even the United States have third world parts. Go to some of those backwoods in Louisiana and Mississippi and stuff like that, and you'll be like, "Oh, this ain't first world. It don't look like what I live in." So don't get it twisted. That's one of the biggest misconceptions I think a lot of people have coming to Africa, that, oh, it's just third world. No, it's not. The biggest thing that's keeping Africa back is lack of entrepreneurship. A lot of it is because of some of the rules and regulations as these countries gained their independence. They kept a chokehold on them, keeping them from being truly free. They gave them the independence on paper, but they didn't give them the independence financially. And I think this is one of the beautiful things where us who are starting to become expats or repatriates that want to start residing here in Africa, though this is where we can come in hand because the price for entrepreneurship is so affordable here. Like you can set up a business here in Zambia, a legal, legit business, registered with your tax identification number, all of those things. And I'm talking about spending less than 100 US dollars. I have two businesses that I have registered here, and I'm getting those started up. One is actual a salon. The other one is a talent agency, management company. And then I also plan on getting a landscaping company together. All of these little things. You may be like, oh, Jason, but a landscaping company, like, what good is that going to do? They're still using people here utilizing sling blades. So like they're using too much manual labor here. And because most of the companies want to be cheap and they don't want to, outsource that manual labor to give them assistance. So doing things like weed eaters and just lawnmowers, that's not the little electrical lawnmowers they use because they're just not that powerful compared to what a gas engine lawnmower can do. And when you go price the things here, they're affordable. I'm telling you right now, they're affordable. Like I saw at Game here at Manda Hill Mall, they have leaf blowers on sale for 550 kwacha. So like I'm starting to buy one every month just to set them aside because I'm like 550 kwacha. If I know I want to start a landscaping company, why am I not going to get them on discount? Maybe next in a couple of months they'll have the weed eaters on discount. Then maybe after that they'll have a lawnmower on discount. And I'm just slowly stocking up the things and I'm not breaking the bank. 550 kwacha is maybe 22 US dollars if my numbers are correct. And so like really think about that. Like to be able to set up a company, be able to buy the equipment, who's going to have the advantage when I can go to different businesses and say, hey, I can have these people in and out of your business within 30 minutes to an hour. You don't have to sit here and see them for hours at a time because those things become an eyesore for customers. Sometimes customers just want to see a well-manicured lawn, get in, get out. You don't want to see people sitting down, laying down. You don't want to see people tired. You want to see people taking breaks all day. It's one of those things about business that really helps out. And then the other thing on the opportunities here is the land opportunity. There's a lot of land here, man. A lot of traditional land. You can get traditional or titled land. I just get traditional land. Reason being is mainly titled land is usually for what I'm seeing is for people who already have more money than others. And so, because I'm not here to put my money in the pockets of the haves, I want to help people that are a little less fortunate. So I go for more traditional land where I'm buying directly from the chief or the headman. I have 20 hectares that I have in Chama, out in the Eastern Province. And for what I pay for that, I have about 4 to 6 hectares cleared right now. There's going to be for farming, for groundnuts, maize, and probably soybeans for this first go around starting in October. And then after that, I'm going to clear off some more land. And one of the things that I plan on doing on at least 5 to 10 of the hectares is to see if I can start generating a solar farm there to help with electricity, things like that. And who knows, maybe I can become an electricity provider, something I can't even dream of doing in the US, but at least I can attempt it here. And you see that's the fun thing about here. There's so much opportunity. You can attempt to do something, man. Like really think about this. If you're in the US, Canada, or the UK, like what's the price to play? I can tell you when I was going to get into some businesses in the US, when I saw the interest point just to get in the door, I already knew it was like, that ain't a possibility, man. I didn't grow up in one of these wealthy families that just left me a trust fund. I had to figure this stuff out on my own. I had to go out here and go to the military and fight in these people's wars to help them get richer just so I could do something. Like even college wasn't an option for me. And so now being in a country where those opportunities are there, like I'm really keen on taking advantage as much as possible. So I really make sure that I discipline myself to make sure, am I setting aside money? Am I saving things? Am I making sure I'm looking for different opportunities such as the lands that's coming up? Like I'm looking for land now in Mumbai. I'm speaking with one of the headmen out there, and we're just negotiating the price now to where I'm going to probably get about 5 hectares out there. And then there's another area, I forgot the name of it. It's where all the water is. It's close to, if you're in Zambia, my Zambian brothers and sisters, let me know the name. It's where the island is. And yes, there is an island in Zambia, guys. When people told me about it, I was shocked. And I am going to end up doing a trip out there. So you will be seeing that video. And also you will be seeing me driving to Ndola next month. I'll be out in the Copper Belt. I'm going to go out there for a weekend. But let me know in the comments, what is the name of that place by the island? Because I want to see if I can eventually start rice paddies out there, growing my own rice. Since I saw how some of it was done when I lived in South Korea in the military, I'm like, why shouldn't I try it here? Why not? Like, what is there to lose? There's only stuff to gain. And so those are just some of the opportunities that I love. Next opportunity is when there's something that's not here for you. Like if you I always hear in my videos, I talk about there's not much vegan restaurants here. So I do plan on opening up a vegan restaurant. My chef who cooks for me, I've been showing her and giving her a bunch of different recipes, having her play with different vegan ideas and concepts. And she's starting to get really, really good at it now. And so probably within the next 2 or 3 months, I'm going to go ahead and put that restaurant together. I don't know where I'm going to set it up yet. It might be something mainly for takeaway just to start out. But because I'm seeing like how the food costs can be so affordable to where I can most likely provide a full vegan meal. And we're talking about maybe 40 kwacha, which is, let me see, the rate is about 25 now. It's like $1.75 per plate. Like, look how affordable that is. And that'll be something for people to not only get nutritious food, eating a little bit healthier, but they'll start actually getting a better concept of what does it really look like eating vegan? Because even here, a lot of people, when they hear I don't eat meat, they're thinking I'm just snacking on carrots or eating lettuce raw. And it's like, no, guys, I'm eating good food. I'm having a delicious time. I'm eating food and eating some of the foods that you naturally eat too. And so that's all part of the opportunities. The third thing that I love about Lusaka is the people. Believe it or not, and this is going to be hard for most Americans to believe. And for my African brothers and sisters, I don't know if you all get this, but as soon as you step out of America, out of the United States of America, like if you go to certain parts of Mexico, Central America, South America, it's not that easy to speak English in every country. The English proficiency goes down drastically. Like for really be able to speak English, we have to go to the islands like Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts, the Bahamas, those areas. But once you go in southern outside of the United States, English gets a little difficult. And then to be able to speak English comfortably, you're paying a premium. You're paying a premium, actually. And so being able to be in this southern region of Africa, English is amazing, man. The people here speak English just like we do. There's not too many things that go over our heads. Very little jargons and slogans or expressions that we say. Some little bit of adjustments you have to get used to because they do use more of the British vernacular, such as instead of saying French fries, chips, instead of saying an elevator, lift. You know, simple things, very simple things. The biggest thing for me that was to get over in South Africa actually was hearing traffic lights be called robots. And so once I adjusted to that, it's like, oh, okay, everything else is pretty simple. And like you can literally hold a conversation with people here. And it's not one of those things where you have to dumb down your English or you have to break your English into little pieces. You may have to slow down because our accent is different coming from the United States. But outside of that, the English proficiency is great. They watch some of the same shows as us. They know about Martin, Fresh Prince. They even know about 227, Jeffersons, Family Matters, things that I never thought anyone else knew about except people living in the United States. They listen to the same music as us. Even here in Zambia, there's Zambian Tupac. The brother looked just like Tupac. He be rapping on TikTok. Cool people here, man. It's really, really good vibes. And so, like, if you're not wanting to just fully have to adjust to a new language, you can get by with English here. Just about everyone speaks English. Um, Even people who say they don't speak English good, they have good English. Like the only little things they may get confused or messed up. And I don't know if it's because I don't understand Yanja and Bemba yet, but from a Spanish perspective, like he and she, they may mess that up. Or they may be referring to a male but say she. And that could be because the native tongue is more of a gender neutral. And so things like that, I understand completely. So you're not going to have any issues with speaking here, getting around, or having problems conversing with people. And so I just wanted to share that with you because I don't want to just talk about the bad, but I wanted to share some of the good also. Zambia is a very, very beautiful country. Just like every other country, it does have its issues. And it's going to be dependent on what are you wanting to live for your life, like to have a happy life. What are the things that you need that will keep you getting by day to day? One of the things that I want to explain just before I cut off here, there is no utopia. There is no perfect place. Even when I lived in Panama, what most people call paradise, by the beach and close to the mountains, it became tiresome. It became overbearing sometimes. Even in Colombia, there was times where you just got tired of it. Even South Africa, there's times where things just like, shit, it's going on now. So like, don't come to any country expecting perfection. Look for the things that's going to help you build, the things that are going to bring you happiness in life. And when you find those things, you'll be able to find that country that maybe be the one for you to live in for long term. For me, Zambia is striking up and it's bringing that fire under my entrepreneurial spirit because it's giving me the ability to do things at my income level. And so I'm very appreciative of that. And if you're someone who's really wanting to get into entrepreneurship, open up some businesses and not break the bank or go through all of your savings, then check out Zambia. You don't have to just look into Lusaka. There's Ndola, there's Kitwe, there's Kafiwe, there's the Northern Province, Eastern Province. It's a huge, huge country. There's a lot of land here. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be spending a lot of time documenting the country, going around, seeing as much as possible and sharing with you, because I know you may be someone that wants to relocate, but Africa is not on your radar because a lot of the things that we're getting in Western media does not depict the Africa that I'm seeing right here on the ground today. And so I hope this video got you some value. If you have any questions about Zambia, South Africa, Botswana, even Colombia or Panama, just shoot me a message down below or send me an email and I will get back to you. But just remember this, I'm Jason and success is simple once you know how.